Good morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Sunrise Yoga Stretch. We're going to wait just for a few more people to join and we'll get going here shortly. Grab your favorite cup of coffee. Grab a nice big bottle of water. So important to keep ourselves hydrated during this time and during our practice. My name is Kevin. I'm your coach for yoga, Sunrise Yoga Stretch. I bring in the Eastern principles of stretch and the Eastern principles of yoga, along with the Eastern principles of breath and the Western principles of mobility into all of my classes. So enjoy yourself this morning. We're going to start on the mat. We're going to meet on the mat and just relax a little bit into that breath. So when you're ready, meet me on the mat. Bring in the water. We're going to start with right leg crossed over left, sitting up nice and tall. Shoulders are back and down, relaxing those shoulders away from the earlobes. We're going to focus on the breath this morning. 4 count in and 4 count out. Feeling the belly rise and the belly sink. We've got about 10 breath cycles right here. Shoulders are down and away from the earlobes. Concentrating on that breath in through the nose and that breath out through the nose. Releasing all the tension from yesterday. Releasing any responsibilities that you're thinking about for today. Just being right here with your breath and relaxing. Good. Releasing those hands to the ground or putting them wherever is most comfortable. We're going to work the neck, waking up the head, neck, and shoulders. We're going to do some shoulder or head rolls, starting leading with the nose. And we're going to roll to the left, nice and slow. We have 4 breath cycles in and out, which should give you about 4 complete head rolls. Leading with that nose, going nice and slow. Feeling that stretch, noticing that stretch. Got 2 more. Breathing in, leading with that nose. Noticing how the body and the neck feels this morning. Sitting up nice and tall. Shoulders are down and away from the earlobes. Good. Inhale, leading with the nose. We're rolling the head now towards the left. Noticing how that feels. Concentrating on that breath. practice is slow and relaxing. Concentrating on our breath. Bringing that head back to neutral, to center. Good. Taking those feet, if it feels more comfortable for you to sit with your feet straight out, you can do that. Or I want you to bring that right foot or left foot over right this time. You're going to sit cross-legged. Bringing those hands to the sides, planting them just outside the glutes. Straight forward, looking straight forward. Shoulders are back and down. Taking that right ear and bringing it to the right shoulder. Noticing that stretch in the neck. We carry so much tension in our neck. Just going to be gentle to the body this morning. Waking it up. Inhale, bringing it back to center. Exhale, bringing that left ear to the left shoulder. Feeling that stretch on the whole right side. Keeping those palms planted to the ground. Good. Inhale back to center. Taking that right ear one more time. Inhaling it to that right shoulder. And then bringing that gaze down diagonally. Feeling that stretch from the lower left side of the skull. Down the neck. Down into the scapula. On the whole left side. Breathing through it. Inhale back to center, bringing that left ear to the left shoulder, and bringing that gaze down diagonal. Feeling that stretch on the whole right side. As we do this, you'll notice one area might be tighter than the other. It's very common. Everything in the body is connected. Inhale it back to the center. Good work. Taking those legs straight out in front of you. We're going to do a variation of seated forward fold. Breathing in, bringing those biceps right up to the ears. And exhale, forward fold, reaching towards those feet or the shins, whatever's most comfortable. And allowing the head to hang between the shoulders. Noticing the stretch as you inhale and the release as you exhale in the lower back and the hamstrings. Releasing the head through the shoulders, letting the head hang, feeling that stretch. Breath cycles right here. Letting the body get accustomed to this position. Before we activate this stretch, inhale and exhale. Now the next 5 breath cycles, with every exhale, I want you to reach down the foot. Bringing the chin and the forehead a little closer to the mat or to the knees with every exhale. Letting the head hang. Feeling that stretch in the back and the lower back, the hamstrings. Our goal eventually is to get as flat as possible to those quads and the shins. Take some time. You go where you feel that comfortable edge. No pressure to go fast. Exhale, release it back to the top. Taking that left knee, bend at that left knee, bringing the bottom of that left foot towards the right wall. Should look like this. We're going to work some hip movement, or hip mobility. Taking that right knee, bend at that right knee and bring that right foot back behind the body. So you should look almost like a windmill. Trying to get as straight, those hips, straight as possible on the mat. Inhale, reaching forward with the chest and slowly bending or hinging at the hip, bringing that chin and that forehead and that torso down towards stretch
Power off.
in the whole left side. Of that hip. Just allowing the body to get accustomed to this stretch in that hip. We carry so much tension in our hip flexors and in our glutes, in our hips. Inhale it back to center. We're going to inhale and then exhale and reach out diagonally, bringing that chest over that left knee, slowly lowering down, feeling that stretch, bringing the chest as far down to the mat as possible, allowing the head to hang. More breath cycles right in this stretch. Inhale, walk it back to the top. If we do one side, we have to do the other. So bringing that right foot, bend at that right knee. Right foot should be facing the left wall. Taking that left knee, bend at it, and bringing that left foot behind the body. Inhale, slowly and gently. Hinge at that hip and bend forward. Bringing that chin and that forehead down to the mat. And you'll notice, like I said earlier, one side probably is tighter than the other. This side is more comfortable for me to do, but it might be different for you. Allowing the body just to adjust and go where you can go. Feeling that comfortable edge, letting the belly rise and the belly sink. And I'm feeling the stretch in my left or my right hip, right glute, upper glute, QL, hamstring, inner thigh, outer hip, relaxing the head down. Inhale, walk it back to the top, bringing both feet in front. Plant the soles of the feet to the ground, about 10 inches between the knees, and bring the hands, the palms of the hands, outside of the shoulders. Inhale, let those knees rock to the right wall. And exhale, let them rock to the left wall. I'm just gonna wake up the hips and the body, torso and the abdomens. You might feel the stretch in the quads, outer quads, IT bands. Work those knees rocking back and forth on the inhale, and the exhale should feel great. Good, just working it slow, bringing it back to center. Straightening that left leg out, planting that left knee down to the mat. Carry that right foot up and over that left knee, planting that foot, the right sole of that foot to the floor, just outside of the left knee. Sitting up nice and tall, bringing that right arm behind the right shoulder. Carry that left arm, elbow over the right knee, and bring that gaze just over the right shoulder. Pulling those shoulders opposite from each other for a nice spinal twist. Seated spinal twist. Breathing through this, 3 more breath cycles. Exhale, release. Carry that right foot out. Bring that left foot sole facing to the floor right there on the outside of the right knee. Bring that right arm behind the right shoulder and carry that right or left arm behind the left shoulder and carry that right elbow across the left knee, looking over the left shoulder for 3 breath cycles. And exhale, release. Good. This is where you want to take a sip of water. Keeping the body hydrated is so important as we go through our practice, as we go through our day in this trying time of stress, focusing on our nutrition, focusing on our water intake, our hydration, focusing on our mobility and movement, and focusing on the breath, thinking about the breath daily as we are challenged with new challenges, working from home, being out of our normal routine. When we focus on those 4 things, it makes us to be able to deal with things on a daily basis a little bit easier. So we're going to meet in tabletop. So bring those knees and those knees stacked under hips. Hands are stacked directly under shoulders. We're going to work thoracic spine flexion and extension. And in yoga terms, that's cat and cow. Breathing in, knees are stacked directly under hips. Hands or wrists are right under shoulders. Fingertips are forward and weight is distributed evenly on the palms. Inhale, dropping that belly, raising the chin and the forehead and pulling those shoulders away from the ears and gazing out front. For 3 breath cycles, feeling the belly rise on the inhale and that belly button sink towards the spine on the exhale. 2 more times. And exhale. Last time through. And exhale. And that's our cow. Bringing the chin to the chest, rounding mid-back and tucking that tailbone for cat. Pressing into the palms for 3 breath cycles right here for cat. Noticing how the body feels in this position. And inhale one more time for cow for 3 breath cycles. Pulling those shoulders away from the ears, bringing the chin and the forehead out. 3 breath cycles right here. And exhale for cat. 3 more breath cycles. Working very slow this morning, treating the body well. Being kind to yourself, being kind to your body. Inhale one more time. Dropping that belly, raising the chin and the forehead. Noticing that stretch in the mid-back, lower back, shoulders, chest. And exhale. Bringing that chin to the chest, rounding mid-back, tucking that tailbone, pressing into the palms. Dropping that belly back to neutral. Widening those knees to the edges of the mat. Bring those big toes in, touching. And walk the hands out into child's pose, extended child's pose. Bringing the chin and the forehead down to the mat here. Some of you want to be a little kinder to the body this morning by folding those hands in front of the forehead and allowing the forehead to rest on top of the hands. Sinking into it. Or if you're more comfortable in child's pose, extended here, arms out front. Breathing through this, we're just going to hold it here in this position. Forehead on the mat. walk it to the top. We're gonna work hip, left hip, and inner right groin. By bringing that right foot out, planting it to the ground, coming down onto the elbows. Hips are square to the ground. Left foot is flat. Top of the left foot is flat behind the glute. Inhale, rock it forward, and then exhale, sink into it right here. Some of us can go a little deeper than others. You go where the body's most comfortable. Some of us can bring it down to the mat. That might feel good to you. Or bringing it just to the elbow this morning is great. Good. We're going to inhale, rock it forward one more time, taking that right toe, pivoting on that heel, bringing that right toe to the ceiling, and rock it back, bringing the bottom towards the left heel. And you go where you feel comfortable. Flexing that toe towards, that right toe towards the ceiling. Feeling that stretch on the inner groin on the right. And the left hip. You might want to bring it up onto the palms, tall chest. And bring it back down to the elbows. Inhale one more time, rock it forward, and sink into it. Finding that nice comfortable edge. I'm going to bring it back up to the palms here for 3 more breath cycles. This is a real deep stretch, and so when we come out of it, slowly and gently, I want you to pull that right heel in towards the body. Gently and slowly, working it slow. A lot of times if we move quick when we're in one of those deep stretches, we can hurt ourselves. So we want to keep the body protected by moving slow, no rush. If we do one side, we obviously have to do the other. So bringing those knees wide, flattening that right foot, top of the right foot to the mat. Bring that left foot out, toes are pointed forward and foot connected to the floor. Bringing it down to the elbow. Inhale, rock it forward, nice and slow. And exhale, sink the bottom into it, pressing the bottom towards the right foot. And finding that comfortable edge, breathing through it, 3 breath cycles right here. Not worrying about pushing the body too far, right where you feel that comfortable edge. Inhale one more time, rock it forward. Rotating that left toe up to the ceiling on that heel. Rock it back and sink into it, bringing that bottom even closer to that right foot. You might feel more comfortable up on the palms of the hands while you're flexing that toe to the ceiling, feeling that stretch on the whole left inner groin, inner thigh. Bringing it back down to the elbows. Inhale, rock it forward one more time. And then exhale, sinking back into it. You might be able to go just a little bit further. Toes are still pointed to the ceiling. Good, this is a deep stretch. You got a couple more breath cycles right here. Allowing the body to relax. Shoulders releasing. Good. Inhale, slowly and gently bringing that left foot in towards the body. Coming down onto that left knee, back in the tabletop. We're going to bring it down to the mat. Bringing the belly down. Feet are about hip width apart. Toes are flat against the floor. The tops of the feet are against the floor. We're going to work Cobra. We're going to work 3 progressions of Cobra today. Here, the first progression, I want you to bring the elbows directly under shoulders. Fingertips are forward. Fingertips are spread. Bringing the elbows under shoulders. Pressing into those elbows. Pulling the belly button in to engage the abs. And keep that lower back protected as you're pressing into the elbows and lifting the chest up. Notice Noticing that stretch through the chest, through the thoracic spine, the mid-back, lower back, shoulders. And exhale, release, bringing that right ear to the mat. Relaxing the head, relaxing the body here. That's our first progression to Cobra. We've got 3 progressions total. This next one, I'd like you to bring the palms outside to mid-rib cage, outside the rib cage. Fingertips are forward, elbows are facing the back of the room, toes are flat against the ground. Inhale, pressing into the palms, lifting the chest up. Breathing through it, noticing that stretch. Bringing the belly button tight to that spine to engage the abs, to protect that lower back. Exhale, release, bring that right ear down to the mat or left, whatever's comfortable for you. And we're gonna go into full Cobra. Bringing those hands just outside of the shoulders, about 1 arm length or 1 hand length. We're gonna come into full Cobra. If this is too much for you, you can go to the first or second progression that I taught you. Here we go. Inhale, lifting up. We've got 4 breath cycles right here. Full Cobra. Bringing the belly button in to protect the lower back by engaging the core or the abs. Exhale, release. Bring that ear back down. Curl those toes under. Press into the palms. Bring the bottom back towards the heels for child's pose. We're going to counter pose that Cobra progression to relax that lower back. Bringing the chin and the forehead down, bottom towards the heels, wherever the body allows for you. Concentrating on that breath in and that breath out. One more time, we're going to do that same progression through Cobra. Starting with the elbows stacked directly under the shoulders. Fingertips are forward, about shoulder width apart. Lifting the chest up, pressing into the elbows. Bringing the belly button in tight to the spine by engaging the abs and protecting that lower back. And gazing out just in front of you. Continually pressing out, breathing another couple breath cycles in and out. Noticing the stretch, lower back, mid-back, shoulders, chest. Exhale, release. Bring that right ear to the right, to the mat, relaxing. Getting ready for the second progression to Cobra. By bringing those palms back about halfway down the rib cage, just outside of the rib cage. Fingertips are forward, elbows are facing the back of the room, feet are flat against the mat, pressing into the palms and pressing the shoulders, pressing into the shoulders, pressing the chest up, pulling in the belly button towards the spine to protect that lower back by engaging the core and the abdomen. Couple breath cycles right here. Exhale, release, bringing that right ear to the mat one more time. And we're going to go to our third progression, which is full Cobra. If this is too much, you go to the first or the second progression. Everybody's different. Hands are just outside of the shoulders. Inhale, pressing up into full Cobra. Engaging the core to protect that lower back. Couple more breath cycles right here, everybody. We're almost done. And we'll meet in child's pose. As we exhale, release that chest back down. Curl the toes under. Press into the palms. Push the bottom towards the heels. Flattening the toes and bringing the chin and the forehead down with arms extended in front for child's pose. This should feel real good this morning. couple more breath cycles right here as the back releases and relaxes into a counter pose. Coming back to tabletop. This is where you can grab a sip of water, keep yourself hydrated, and get ready for our next round. Meeting back in tabletop, center of your mat. Curl the toes under, press into the palms, and lift the knees off the mat, pressing the bottom to the ceiling and the head through the shoulders for downward facing dog. A slight bend in the knee, and here I want you to work the hamstrings and the calves and the Achilles by the inhale, pedaling with the left foot, and the exhale, pedaling the heel down with the right foot, working it slow, feeling that stretch in those calves and the hamstrings and the glutes and the Achilles right here. All right, we're gonna go into pigeon pose. Straightening both heels to the mat, pressing the head through the shoulders. Inhale that right knee to the right elbow and exhale that right knee crossing over left, sinking back down onto left leg. Now here I want you to focus on keeping those hips straight to the mat, not letting that right glute pop out towards that right wall, but only going where you can keep those hips straight, feeling that stretch in the right or the left hip flexor and the right glute. The closer you bring the chest down and the forehead down to that mat, the deeper that glute stretch will be. Just letting the body get accustomed to this position. This is pigeon pose. Some of us can move that right knee a little straighter than others. Do what your body feels comfortable with and allows you to stretch comfortably. All right, inhale it back up to the palms. You sit up nice and tall, fingertips planted, feeling that stretch in the left hip flexor. So we went from a right glute stretch to a left hip flexor stretch. Keeping those hips square to the ground. Bring that belly button in tight. Fingertips to the mat. 3 breath cycles. Left foot. Top of the left foot is flat to the ground. Hips are square to that mat. Exhale, release, come back down to the elbows or to the palms of the hands. Curl that right toe or left toe under, lifting that right knee or left knee. Bring that right foot back. Inhale that left knee to left elbow, cross over right, and sink down. Sink down onto that right leg. Right foot is flat, top of the foot is flat to the mat. Hips are square to the ground. Don't let that left glute shoot out to the left wall. Try to keep it straight. If you're ready and if you can, bring that chest down to the mat. Feeling that stretch in the left glute. Resting the forehead if you can on the mat, or if it's more comfortable on crossed hands. Inhale it back to the top. We're going to come up to fingertips planted into a nice hip flexor stretch on the right. You may even feel it in your hip on the left. Pressing down into the ground, shoulders down and away from the mat, tall chest, Hips are square to the ground, feeling that stretch on the hip flexor on the right. We're getting there, everybody. And release. Go ahead and bring it down to that right glute. We're gonna make our way down to our back. We're gonna do some hamstring stretches and some twists, straightening those feet out. Go ahead and bring that left foot up behind the left glute. Plant that heel down behind the left glute. Bring that right knee to the chest. Hug that right knee to the chest, feeling that stretch. And release it, crossing that right ankle over the left knee. Bringing those arms are out, palms are up like a T, allowing the head to hang to go back to the mat. Inhale, bring that left knee to the chest. Looking at right hand, exhale those knees towards the left wall for a spinal twist, a variation. If you can, press that right sole of that foot to the mat or ground. Noticing the stretch in the hip, in the QL, in the glute, in the back as you twist. Checking in with that right shoulder, making sure it's planted to the mat. Inhale it back to center. Straightening that left foot down. Bringing that right foot down. Bringing that left one into the chest and pull that knee chest to the chest tight. Feeling that stretch in the left hip. Exhale, release. Bring those palms out. Cross that left ankle over the right knee. Bringing that right knee into the chest, looking at the left hand. Inhale and exhale those knees and those feet towards the right wall. And when you can, or if you can, plant that right sole of that foot, or that left sole of that foot to that floor, towards the right wall. Checking in with the left shoulder, making sure it's attached to the mat. And just breathing through this, allowing the body to sit in the stretch and release on the exhale. Noticing if you're carrying tension in the shoulders, releasing that shoulder to the ground on the exhale. Concentrating on that breath in and out. Inhale those knees back to center, straightening that left foot down to the mat. Still keeping those knees about 10 inches apart. We're going to work on a glute ham bridge. And we're working the hips, the glutes, the back, and the shoulders. Bringing both palms on either side of the glutes. Press into the heels and press those hips towards the ceiling. Rolling that weight back onto the upper shoulder blades. Inhale, crossing those hands below the glutes. Grab the right wrist with the left hand and press that right hand to the ground. As you're pressing into the heels and pushing the hips to the ceiling, rolling that weight onto the shoulders, feeling that stretch in the arms and the shoulders and the upper back, lower back. Exhale, release those hands to the side, crisscross those hands below the glutes the same way or the opposite way, and press that left hand, palm down, into the mat as you grab the left wrist with the right hand. Pressing into the heels and pressing those hips up to the ceiling, rolling that weight to the shoulder blades. Feeling that stretch. Exhale, release those hands to the glutes slowly and gently, one vertebrae at a time, lowering that back and fingertips back down to the mat. Nice. Inhale, bringing those knees to the chest, grabbing behind those knees, bringing the chest to the knees and the knees to the chest. Rock side to side, massaging that lower back, that mid back. Good. Exhale, release. Bringing the right knee into the chest, hug it to the chest. Bringing left arm out, palm is up. Grab the inside of that right knee with the right hand and open that hip up towards the right wall. As far as you can go. Pressing with the hand that right knee down. Bringing it in and pulling that knee back up. Getting some hip mobility there. Bringing that knee to center. Pull that right knee to the right shoulder as much as possible. Inhale that left arm up, grabbing that right knee. Bring the right arm out, palm is up, and pull that right knee towards the left shoulder diagonally. Feeling that stretch. Up and over. Exhale, release that down. Opposite side. Bring that left knee in towards that shoulder. Bring that left knee out towards the left wall. You'll probably notice that one side's a little tighter than the other. Concentrate on pressing that right heel into that mat as you open that left hip towards the left wall. Push that left knee down. Rotate it. Pull it back up. Bring that left knee to the outside of the left shoulder. As you're pressing that right hip, or that right heel down to feel that right hip flexor stretch. Inhale that right arm up and across, grabbing that left knee with the right, carrying that left palm out and up, out to the outside. Bring that right knee cross body, or left knee cross body to the right shoulder. Pulling that knee up diagonally towards that shoulder. Feeling that stretch. Exhale, release it. Good. We're going to come to the final part of our practice tonight, or today. We're going to inhale, long overhead body stretch, pressing those fingertips towards the back of the room and stretching those toes towards the front of the room. Engaging all of the muscles, pressing into the ground. 3 breath cycles here. Everything is engaged. Exhale, release those arms to the side, bringing the palms down to the ground to ground the body. Closing the eyes, letting the feet fall where they fall, letting the shoulders relax to the earth or the ground, letting the soft palate fall away from the roof of the mouth. Jaw, relax. Starting at the toes and the feet. Breathing into the feet and the toes. Exhale, relax. Breathing into the ankles and the calves and the shins. Exhale, relax. Breathing into the knees and the quads. Exhale, relax. Breathing into the glutes and the hip flexors. Exhale, relax. Breathing into abdomens and the abs. Exhale, relax. Feeling the weightiness of the body, connecting to the floor with the inhale and the exhale. Breathing in the lower arms and the wrists. Exhale. Relax. Breathing into the forearms and the elbows. Exhale. Relax. Breathing into the biceps and the triceps. Exhale. Relax. Breathing into the chest and the pecs. Exhale. Relax. Breathing into the shoulders. Exhale. Relax. Breathing in the neck and the jaw. Exhale. Relax. Breathing into the forehead. Exhale. Relax. And lastly, breathing into the crown of the head. Exhale. Relax. 3 breath cycles right here. Feeling the belly rise and the belly sink. Exhale, relax. When you're ready, starting to wiggle those fingers and the toes. Bringing awareness back to the body. A few more breath cycles right here. Rolling over to the left side, putting that left ear on the left bicep. Pressing the right palm down. Couple breath cycles right here. And inhale, sitting it back to the top. Thank you so much for coming to Sunrise Yoga Stretch with me on Sunday morning. It's a beautiful day today. I want you to get out and enjoy it. Concentrate on getting your water, getting your mobility in, your movement in, getting your nutrition in, and getting that vitamin D, that sunlight. We need that. Be kind to yourself today. Be kind to someone else. Give them a call. Tell them you love them. Tell them one thing that you admire about them today. That's what my challenge is for you. Have a great Sunday. Be kind to yourself.